Hi, I wanted to share something very special to me with you today. I am a little bit of a spiritual person, and even though I don't necessarily subscribe to astrology or subscribe to the idea that astrology is the grand explainer of all things that happens in our world, I do think that it is a little piece to a much larger puzzle. It's also just a lot of fun to learn about, and I felt like it might be a nice, relaxing experience if we went through and talked about each of the signs a little bit, as well as wrote down some of the things that are commonly associated with each sign. I will be referencing my notes today because unfortunately I do not have all of this memorized. These are actually photos taken directly from a journal entry that I did. I think it was in 2020 when I was super hyper fixated on astrology and learning about it and learning everything that had to do with astrology. But I also just think it's one of those things that is fascinating. It's the planets, it's space, it's a little bit of the unknown. And yeah, I just enjoyed learning about it. So I wanted to share some of the things that I know with you, ASMR style, nice and relaxing, hopefully relaxing. And yeah, we are going to be starting this at the very tippy top of the star sign order list, and we're going to be starting with Aries, the ram. And Aries are generally born March 21st through April 20th, and their color is red. I also want to pre-apologize for any spelling mistakes I may make during this. I will be the first to admit that I am not a very good speller, and doing everything digitally with spell check and autocorrect definitely hasn't helped my spelling over the years. So if I make a mistake and have to cross something out, just bear with me. It's just bear with me on that one. Since Aries comes very first in the order that astrology is usually in, they are what's called a cardinal sign, and they have a yang energy. Aries has two planet rulers, both Pluto and Mars. The tarot suit that is most commonly associated with Aries is Wands. Aries is passion. Aries is fire. They are the initiator. They are the ones who start. They kick everything off. When I think of Mars, I think of bright, burning, fiery passion, but that also comes with hot emotion. Next, we're going to be moving on to my personal sign and my favorite sign because it's my birthday sign, and that is Taurus. Taurus is the second contender. They are the bull, or people born between April 20th and May 21st. I am a April Taurus. My birthday is April 27th. I chose a nice green earthy tone for Taurus because they are a earth sign. Their diamond, or I guess not their diamond, their gemstone that is naturally associated with Taurus is an emerald, which always has this rich, deep green color. They are a fixed sign and their energy is a yin. We are also ruled by Venus, which is the planet of love. While cardinal signs are the ones who come up with the idea, spark the inspiration, fixed signs are the ones who come in and do the hard work and start the process. The tarot suit that is associated with Taurus is going to be the Pentacles. I almost forgot to put the planet. Since Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus, Venus is known for your love, your sensuality, all of the things that make you have little butterflies in your tummy. They also can be generous and very dependable. They are the bull, so every characteristic that you generally associate with a bull, including stubbornness and possessive or jealous. We can be very trustworthy and as well as understanding. That's the kind of earth energy that is grounding you. Because we are ruled by Venus, we tend to be a little bit materialistic. We just like the comforts of our own home. We like the finer things in life. Next, we're going to be moving on to Gemini, the twins. Gemini is anyone born between May 21st through June 22nd, and they are the element of air. Geminis sometimes get a little bit of a bad rap. I'm laughing because I can hear a plane flying overhead right now, and what better time when we're talking about Geminis and the first air sign in the astrology order. I need to find a better way to describe that. I'm sure there's a word for that. A little bit inconsistent or unable to commit, but Geminis are some of the people that I have in my life. They are some of my dearest friends, so they will always hold a special place in my heart. Geminis are our first mutable sign, which means they are flexible and shapeable, and you can, I don't want to say bend them at your will, but they, bend to the will or change their minds quite a bit. I had picked out this lovely yellow color for Gemini, but I see that it is slightly drying out for whatever reason. They are a yang energy. And they are ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the planet, I believe, of our communications. I may be wrong on that, but I don't think I am. And the tarot suit that is typically associated with Geminis is going to be your swords. Because Geminis are a mutable sign, they are versatile, enthusiastic, sometimes can be a little inconsistent or indecisive, but they are humorous, outgoing, sometimes a little bit restless, and maybe a little bit nosy. So we've flipped the sheet over and we can move on to the next 3 signs. And the next sign is another favorite of mine. It is Cancer. Cancers are a water sign, or better known as the crab. They are anyone born between June 22nd and July 23rd. Starting back at the top, we have another cardinal sign. So just like Aries, Cancer is a cardinal with a yin energy. They are ruled by the moon, and the moon represents our emotions, our feelings. So Cancers are always... Did you hear the Canadian geese? Cancers are always known to be very deep feelers and deep in their emotions, but all water signs are very much feeling, and I think of like having like a deep well of emotion. Reading through my notes here, and they are in fact not blue, they are silver. So I apologize to all the Cancers out there right now. I am far from perfect. So let's just pretend I wrote everything in a nice gray color instead of using the blue. Why don't we swap over to it now? I'm sure that will be one of the first major of many mistakes throughout this video. Because Cancer is all about emotions, all about feeling, being ruled by the moon. Their tarot suit is Cups, which also represents your emotions. Cancers can be faithful and loving, but they also can be a little bit moody and a tad controlling. They're very nurturing and loyal, but sometimes also suspicious and tend to overthink. Bringing in the second of our fiery signs, we have Leo, or the lion. They are July 23rd to August 22nd. Their element is fire, and they are a fixed sign with a yang energy. Leos are proud. Leos are boisterous. Leos light up a room when they walk into it. Leos are ruled by the sun, and their color is gold, which only makes sense. In tarot, wands tends to represent your creativity, and Leos are represented by the suit of wands. They also can be very loyal and confident, sometimes a little bit headstrong and impatient, but also very passionate and optimistic. Leos are protective. They are the lion. Next, we have Virgo, or the Virgin, and this is anyone born between August 22nd through September 22nd. They are a earth element, the second earth element, as well as being a mutable sign and a yin energy. unlike the mistake that I made on Cancer, Virgos are actually the color blue. They are ruled by Mercury. So we have two signs now ruled by the same planet, which happens in astrology. And they are represented by the pentacles. Virgos are anyone who tends to be practical and a little bit analytical. They can sometimes be overcritical or judgmental, but most of the time they are always modest and reliable, sometimes a perfectionist or a little bit worrisome. That concludes the first 6 of our astrology star signs, and now we're going to go on to the next sign, which is Libra. Libra, or the scales, the all balancing, I like to think of them. They are born from September 22nd through October 22nd. Their element is air, and their color happens to be blue. I'm going to use the blue I meant to use but accidentally used previously in this video for Libra. Just like me being a Taurus, Libras are also ruled by the planet Venus. They are what I like to think of as Lady Justice. They are balance, they are harmony, they are I don't want to say negotiator, but they are the judge, the jury, and the verdict. Because they care so much about outcome, they are also represented by the swords. Libras are known to be charming and cooperative. They also can be indecisive and at times a little bit unreliable, but they're very social and very clever. They are dependent and sometimes superficial, but I feel like the dependent and superficial comes from their Venus ruling. Again, these are just oversimplified words that are used to describe people born between two certain dates. I don't think that saying I'm a Taurus is indicative of my entire personality. There's a lot more that goes into astrology, like your birth chart and the placement of all of the planets in the sky at the exact time that you were born. But it's fun to learn about nonetheless, and everyone has a little bit of each planet in their birth chart, so it's good to know about the planets as well as who they're ruled by and what each sign kind of means. Next up, we have another personal favorite of mine. We have the Scorpio, and Scorpio is intense power. Fun fact, Scorpio is directly across the wheel in the sky from Taurus. So it is the opposite, one could say, in a lot of ways. Scorpios are from October 23rd till November 22nd, and they are a water element. And I know you think they probably should have been either a fire or an earth, but no, they are water, so they have very deep feelings. Scorpios tend to just keep those feelings inside and be really reflective and judgmental of those feelings because they feel so deep. Scorpios actually had two colors associated with them. They had a deep burgundy or a black. I decided for simplicity just to go with black. They are ruled by two planets, both Pluto and Mars. Scorpios can sometimes get, I'm always searching for the right word, but Scorpios can sometimes get a bad rap because they can be quite passionate and fiery, even though they are a water sign and are very deep within their own feelings, because they're ruled by Mars, the planet of fire, the planet of anger and all of those passion. They can sometimes get quite stirred up in their own emotions. They are the suit of cups. Scorpios can be very ambitious and intuitive, but they can also be a tad secretive or vengeful. They are very independent and very loyal, but can sometimes also be difficult and a tad skeptical. Moving on to another favorite of mine, we have Sagittarius, which is the archer. And Sagittarius is anyone born from November 22nd to December 22nd. They are the element of fire. They are a mutable sign as well as yang energy. Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter, and Sagittarius is actually my rising sign. Your rising sign is considered your outward facing, your personality. So some people think that your sun sign is more indicative of who you are inside, and your rising is who you present yourself to be. Sagittarius has the wands, which is known for creativity and the starting of passion in tarot. They also are very straightforward and adventurous. They can sometimes be blunt because they are so straightforward and tend to be a little bit erratic. They are always curious and always friendly, kinda egotistical, and maybe a tad clumsy. Moving on to our last three signs, we have Capricorn, or the greatest of all time, our goat, and they are anyone born between December 22nd or January 21st. They are the element of earth. They are a cardinal as well as yin energy, and they have the color brown. Capricorns are ruled by the planet Saturn, and Saturn actually has a 27-year transit or 27-year rotation around the sun, around 27 years, which means when you are born, it takes Saturn 27 years to come back into the exact place that it was in your birth chart. People call this your Saturn return and tend to be very transformative years in your life, anywhere from your 25th birthday, I would say, until your 29th or 30th, depending on your birth chart, tend to have a lot of big goals and life changes for you. Because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and they are here to get shit done. They are big on achievements, are very practical, can be a little bit cautious, as well as a tad pessimistic or critical. They are very disciplined and very responsible, and can sometimes be seen as cold or unforgiving because they are so disciplined. I almost forgot to mention that Capricorn is ruled by Pentacles. How could we forget to mention Capricorn's tarot suit? Almost a fatal mistake there. All right, moving on to Aquarius, the water bearer. Anyone born from January 21st to February 19th. Now, don't be fooled by the name water water bearer, because Aquarius are actually air signs. They are not water, they are an air sign. They are fixed in quality and they have a yang energy. Aquarius have a nice, deep, rich violet color, as well as they are ruled by Uranus and Saturn. And they are the suit of swords. Aquarius are the humanitarians of the zodiac signs. They are friendly and a tad unpredictable, slightly detached, extremely independent and intelligent, but can tend to slide onto this extreme or stubborn side of the scale. And then we have the last, but most definitely not the least, we have Pisces. Pisces are the fishes. They are anyone born from February 19th to March 21st. They are a mutable sign with yin energy. They have a sea green color because, of course, it only makes sense for being the fishes. And sometimes things in the zodiac do make sense. They are ruled by cups. Again, your emotions. We have another water sign. And are ruled by both Neptune and Jupiter. Pisces are selfless. They are kind, they are imaginative. Sometimes they can be a little bit idealistic or pessimistic and tend to be a little bit oversensitive, but that comes with being a water sign. They are also compassionate and emotional. Thank you for watching this slightly silly and hopefully relaxing ASMR video. Maybe you learned something about astrology today. Maybe not. Maybe you knew all of this already and I'm completely wrong. Regardless, thank you for staying and watching all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, it was fun to share a special interest of mine with you.